Hey people, Ali from Super Triforce Heroes, and I'm here bringing you some lovely reviews. And because me, Spencer, and Blake all of one thing in particular, I scoured the whole entire my collection. And I was gonna do Metal Gear Solid. I thought, yeah, Metal Gear Solid, no. And I was thinking, oh, Kingdom Hearts, that's good, no. What's the one thing we all have in common? That's playing Yu-Gi-Oh! The trading card game. And we are absolutely all nuts about the game, and we play it constantly on a regular basis. So I thought, wouldn't it be great if I reviewed from the very first game right up to the last one? God, I must be mad. And I am. Simply put, I'm going to review this in chronological order from 1998 to 2016 at this very present moment. There might be some more games in the future, which I will go back and look maybe at a later date, but that's for Konami to decide. So anyway, let's get the show on the road, would we? Yu-Gi-Oh! A card game that was very popular with multiple expansions and wide variety of cards available, with multiple TV series with all mixed receptions. It was an obvious move for Konami with its popularity to develop games, but their first game was published for the PlayStation way back in 1998 and only available in Japan. It was called Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Capsule Breed and Battle. Sadly, this was not what I was expecting. I mean, my first reaction was, why? Why would Konami make this? Why? Did a board member pitch this with only reading the first couple of chapters of the manga and think, hey, I got a new idea for a game. Capsule Monsters. It sounds like a fun game. People like Yu-Gi-Oh! They like Capsule Monsters. It's money. And the guy behind the desk like, budget! Well, to start off with, I like the box art. It was probably the best thing about this game to me. But for gameplay, music, it was very basic. I mean, gameplay, it was played on a small chess-like battlefield where you move monsters within certain areas and use their effects to gain advantage, either for yourself or against your opponent. Meanwhile, the music was very repetitive and very, very, very tedious. I mean, just listen to this. Even though you got a very select roster of monsters to begin with, such as your Blue Eyes, your Grebo, Magical Elf, you still have no idea what the effects are and what the end goal is other than trying to beat your opponent and his monsters. It was so jarring. I went back to the manga and read it for a few hours, and after that, I can't figure this game out. I literally cannot figure this game out for the life of me. Though this game was based on the wrong game played in the manga, it wasn't a bad start for the series. The graphics were very eye-catching. The music, well, like I said, was very tedious, but first time hearing it, wasn't that bad. Some were memorable, but that's after getting drilled in your head after about 10 minutes. The interface also worked very simplistic. Wasn't too complex, wasn't over-elaborate, but could have done with some more explanation how to play the game a bit better. Overall, I'll chalk this up for a win for now. I'll go back one day and properly review it and actually go into more depth why it fails in certain bits, but because of the manga, I actually chalk it for a win because God bless them, they tried something that didn't work. Anyway, it's time for us to move on to the next game in the series, which was released in the late end of 1998 in the same year. This one was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters for the Game Boy. Oh God, this is gonna suck. Well, this was half what I expected, really. This game was only Japan exclusive, so other countries didn't get it released to them. And honestly, I feel this was just testing the water for the games. Now, I couldn't get too much information on the game other than it's a very basic version of the game. You get a menu where you get to select the duel, deck fix, options, but the game is very small, especially for the time. It just used the Legend of Blue Eyes set, and that's really about it. And the field itself, well, if you didn't understand what was going on, good luck to you. Especially if you didn't know how to play the game. Remember I told you it was only half of what I expected? Well, I've got to keep in mind that the Game Boy had only a limited range of graphic choices and sound choices, but this game was terrible, only did one good thing, and that was actually resemble slight things about Yu-Gi-Oh! But here's what it did really bad for me, and this one thing in particular. This music does not feel like it's from Yu-Gi-Oh! And it even hurts to listen to. Even a 10-minute loop feels like it's a YouTube video of your favorite track been looped for an hour. Well, that was god-awful, but let's keep this rolling, will we? Well, we still have the chance of insanity. Let's roll into 1999 where they released a second game for the Game Boy, which was Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters II, The Dark Stars. And it was... It's the same thing, the only more cards, more opponents, and even better, it's color! That was it. No, seriously, that was it. It was better. Yes, I'll grant that. So I'm going to chalk up for the win. But holy hell, it wasn't that much better. They released a second game in 1999 for the PlayStation. Would you believe this is actually a really good game and one that I hold dear to my heart to this day? And it is called Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. And holy crap, this game is amazing. It was so much better than the last few games I have reviewed. To start off with, this game actually had a proper duel field and the cards looked like what they're meant to do. Plus, a huge range of cards to build your deck from instead of going, well, here's the big beat stick, best win. And this game was the very first game to include an original plot. It's too long for a quick review, but here's the footnote. Yuratem and Schnitzel goes down. Do game. This game is actually good. It has a really good interface as well. It made it very easy and very simple for people who didn't know how to play to get into it and understand it after a while. For what it's worth, it's still one of my favourite games on the PS1 and still holds up to this day against certain action platformers such as Duel Network or Yugioh Pro, which I will come back and review but later parts. I'm chalking this up as a win, people, because I love this game to bits and bobs and I would love to do a bigger review on it. But because I've only got bits and pieces to do and I've got a lot more games to cover, we're rolling on. That's it for this part, people. Don't forget to catch the next part where we'll be doing 2000 to 2002, and in total that's going to be 7 games to cover, which is a lot. And I cannot wait to actually bring you the better stuff later on. I know this one's been a bit haywire and all over the place, but forgive me, this is my first actual review. But I hope you liked it. Catch you around for more. Also, check out Legend of Leo 2705, the actual channel. This is being linked at the same time. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, comment, and let me know how you think.